Hi and welcome back. So this week is not quite what we planned. So I'm just coming on here just to give you a little bit of content and so we can give you a little bit of a recap of the last month. What we did actually plan for this week was we were going to do a two-parter starting this week, which was on your fears in about moving to Portugal. And what we mean by that is some people have spoken to us about some of the fears that they have moving here. So specifically things like wildfires, which has been a hot topic over the last couple of weeks, last few weeks in fact. Hopefully now it's all under control. But there's also other things that people are fearful of, and that ranges from taxes through to earthquakes and things like that. So really important things about people, if they don't know much about the country, if they don't know much about the continent, then what is it that they're worried about in moving to Portugal? So we've got a two-parter. Keep your eyes open because we're hoping to get that out next week. It was supposed to be this week, and I'll tell you the reason why in a moment. The two-parter will start next week, and we're probably going to start with wildfires. Now, we didn't want to do anything whilst they were taking place because obviously we want to go and have a look just to connect with what's happening so we can really understand, because the actual impact of it is far greater than just the damage the fire causes itself. And what we didn't want to do was to be in the way of any operations or anything that was going on to kind of ease that the significant problems that those wildfires were causing. So we wanted to wait until after the fact, and then we'll talk about them properly. But we need to see them for ourselves because we've not been directly affected, just so that we could give you an idea of what it's about. So that's going to be in part one, then part two will be the other parts. Now, the reason it's not out this week is because life has come at us fast this week. We've both been a little unwell. Shelley, sadly, had a real dose of what I would classify as man flu. So she was out of action for about 2 to 3 days. Where she couldn't do anything at all, and we did actually start the filming process, but it was a bit too much for her. She was quite unwell with this flu-type virus that she had this week. I was a little unwell myself, and so we've just not been able to get out what we wanted to get out. So instead, what we thought we'd do, we'll give you an idea of what's coming up over the next couple of weeks, and then the other thing is the last month, we've had some really good videos that we've put out in the last month, which could be helpful to you and certainly interesting. I'm going to have to refer to my notes on this because I can't remember them all off the top of my head. I'm going to start off with, we finished off our IMA Portugal immigration journey for me specifically, which involved a trip to Espinho, which is just south of Porto. And I went there for an IMA appointment so that I could finalise my residency status in Portugal. That's a really good one to watch if you're thinking about coming to Portugal and gaining residency here, because that will give you some information about that journey. And then after that, we had public transport. So we did have one around public transport, and it's quite interesting because we're speaking to a lot of clients at the moment at your Casa Key. And a lot of them are asking about public transport links from certain locations. So they're thinking about areas that they might want to go and live. And we're looking at the public transport links. And there's a whole video which is about my journey going to Porto. Okay, it doesn't tell you everything about the public transport in Portugal, but what it does, it gives you a flavour of what it's about and how easy it is and how good the infrastructure is also. Now, this is a bit of a leap, but after that, we had a great video, which you should go and have a look at if you're thinking of moving to Portugal, because it's about death. Yes, you heard that right. It's about death. So what we mean by that is people come to Portugal, and it's a sad fact of life that, especially if we're later on in our lives, that you might experience death here. And so that whole video is around what happens when you die in Portugal and the whole process around how you organise everything, but more importantly, how you plan before that inevitable situation happens. So it's a really good one to get some tips and tricks on what you might need to do on that point of view. Now, Moving on from there, again, we're still on the vein of moving to Portugal. We talk about scouting trips in the next video, which I'm highlighting here. And the scouting trips, this is about a level 2 scouting trip. So after you've seen Portugal, it's about getting an idea and how to hone in on what it is that you're after, what to look out for, some top tips on how to go about doing that so you can focus yourself and come up with a result at the end of your scouting trip. So that is a really, really useful one to watch. And then lastly, I just want to talk about last week's one, which is about, look, Portugal is a fabulous location to move to and to visit. And of course, even if you're visiting, then if you're visiting in what we would call the main festa season, which is the summer period, really from kind of June through till September, then there are so many festivals and events that are going on all over the country, and lots of the towns and the cities. Some of them are linked to religious festivals, and some of them are linked to just a celebration of the culture in certain locations. So this is a really good video to watch if you want to get an understanding of the festivities that go on in Portugal. And if you're coming from places like the UK or the US, then whilst we do have lots of festivities and things going on, I don't think we're quite up to the level of these guys here in Portugal. They do it absolutely brilliantly, and so that's worth a watch just to see, get a little bit of a flavour of some of the things that are available to people in Portugal, both visiting and also if you're planning to move here. And of course, what's really good about that is to be involved in local festivities in your local towns, villages, etc. It helps with your integration into society and into the population here in Portugal. So it's a good one to watch. It gives you an idea of what it's about, and it gives you an idea of what goes on at some of these festivals as well. So it's a bit of a recap, really. Obviously, things happen. We did intend to put out that one about the things that you might be fearful of, but that will be coming next week. So look out for that. Obviously, I'm on my own here while Shelley is still recovering. She's okay. She's absolutely fine. She's just had a little bit of a dose of the flu. So it has put us back a little bit, but we're back on track this week. In the meantime, please do go and look at those videos. We would really love your support. What we're trying to do with Portugal and people moving to Portugal and understanding Portugal is we're trying to give a really, really good overview of everything Portugal. So please do like and subscribe. Please do drop comments in as well, because that really helps us. It gets us out there and it gets us out to the right people, and we cannot do it without you. So anyway, that is it for this week. It's just a really short snapshot. I just wanted to link into those and let you know what's going on. So until the next time, that's it. So thank you very much, and ta-ra for now.